Sometimes I feel like a motherless child.
You mentioned cinematic as a word to describe your music. I haven't heard artists use that word for your music before.
I hear the world more than I see it sometimes, but it's interesting that using that word actually made a lot more sense in the production too. So that word just kind of stuck, and it's really defining the sound moving forward.
Are there any specific themes or messages in your new songs that you hope your listeners will connect to in a deeper level?
Definitely the connection to Ukraine. The broader message that I as an artist aspire to is the idea of transmuting pain into hope. And nowadays especially, we have a lot of sorrow in our hearts, and I hope that my music speaks to that. Listeners get it and feel this connection to each other, the communal struggle that we all are facing.
How long is this road? How long is this road?
Last year, I was awarded the Cedar Commissions. I was chosen as one of the artists for 2023-2024. My project proposal was to interview Ukrainian refugees and war veterans and then write music based off their stories, which is what I did. And in fact, we shot video footage of the interviews, and that was part of the final performance of that. That process itself, just doing the interviews, was probably one of the most transformative things I've experienced, not only in my art but in my personal life. Because when you hear about stories of survival and literally having situations where you're on the edge of death and getting through it, hiding for your life, that kind of thing, it changes your perspective on what's important in life. When it comes to that level of like, I just want to survive. The values are, I want to keep my children safe. Now it's just, are my kids sleeping safe in a place that's not being bombed?
Mm-hmm.
Мої мрії змінилися кардинально. Я тепер кожного вечора, коли заходжу в спальню до дітей і бачу, що вони просто спокійно сплять. І дуже пам'ятаю ті моменти, коли моя менша дитина спала в підвалі. А реальність, скажімо так, в реальну більш сторону – це дитинство безтурботне, це спокійний сон, це щасливі, здорові батьки, взаємоповага один до одного. Це просто комфортне життя, яке у нас було до війни. У кожного своє, у кожного прекрасне і у кожного по-своєму комфортне. Так змінились мої мрії.
That made my own problems in life feel so small, and it allowed me to really tap into what she was telling me and inspire the songs. Same thing with the war veteran. His story was he lost a leg, tripped over a landmine, and the thing that I found the most interesting about his story is as he's kind of lying there thinking that he's dying, the biggest thought in his mind is, oh man, I want to stay alive because I want to do more. I don't want to be taken out of the fight just yet. Fast forward a little bit, I did the Cedar Commission project. It inspired all these songs, and it kept inspiring more writing. Eventually I had enough material where I could make an album. And things were aligning in a strange way where I did a song here with Helvig Productions that really captured the cinematic quality I was going for. And I'm like, oh, well, this song's the first song on this album. And that kind of paved the way to, I ended up going to Norway to shoot some music videos, came back here and recorded an album within a 2-month period, which was crazy.
Свечера до рання.
The last 6 months have been some of the intense workload I've ever experienced, but well worth it. With the album, one song was written just like weeks before.
Which song was that?
Last Prayer. That one, I needed something a little bit more upbeat to balance things out. And that one was written literally like 2 weeks before I had to get that CD sent out to the printing company. That was an interesting experience. But it was a maturation of my own songwriting where I'm like, normally it can take me a long time, like months to write a song. But in that example, I knew what I wanted, I knew what I wanted to say, and we literally wrote the song in a couple days and then recorded it in a couple days. That's how things kind of came together for a full YEV debut album, and I'm super excited to share it with everyone. So much work has gone into it. It's a reflection of who I am, but more importantly than that, it's the story of the Ukrainian people. There are a lot of songs, in fact, most of the songs on it pay homage to the Ukrainian struggle.